Good day everyone, welcome back to our class, and for today's lesson, we will talk about the stoppages in volleyball. But before that, allow me to read first our objectives. So at the end of the lesson, the students will be able to identify the different stoppages of volleyball, generate a graphic organizers that shows the classification of different stoppages of volleyball, and display sportsmanlike during the activity. So stoppages in volleyball. What do you mean by stoppages? So stoppages is an act of stopping or a pause of some activity. In volleyball, it is the time between one completed rally and the first referee's whistle for the next service. Simply to say that these are interruptions during the ball is out of play and before the referee whistles for the next service where the ball is put into play. So stoppages are classified into four. We have the regular game interruptions, game delays, exceptional game interruptions, and intervals. Game delays will be discussed on the next lesson, so let us focus on regular game interruptions, exceptional game interruptions, and intervals. So let's start with regular game interruptions. Regular game interruptions may be requested by the coach or in the absence of the coach by the game captain. So the game captain is the one who functions as the captain inside the court. So only the coach and the game captain can request for a regular game interruptions. Sequence of regular game interruptions. So request for one or two timeouts and one request for substitution by either team may follow one another within the same interruption. However, a team is not authorized to make consecutive requests for the substitution during the same interruption. So it means that substitution after another substitution is not authorized. For example, your request for a substitution for jersey number 5 with jersey number 8. So requesting for the substitution was granted and the referee is about to whistle for the serve, but you want to request another substitution, that second substitution will not be authorized. However, two or more players may be substituted at the same time within the same request. For example, you requested for substitution for jersey number 11 and 12. So with the jersey number 8 and 9, so a team is authorized to make the substitution. So I hope it is clear. So there must be a completed rally between two separate substitution requests by the same team, exception for the forced substitution due to injury or expulsion. So it means that after you requested for a substitution, the ball must put into play and the same team who requested for another substitution must wait until the ball is out of play. Timeout. So a team is entitled to request up to 2 timeouts per set. Each timeout lasts for 30 seconds and the team may, if it wishes, take the second time immediately after the first. So during a timeout, players should leave the court and go to the team bench. Timeouts must be made by showing the corresponding hand signals when the ball is out of play and before the whistle for the service. So this is the corresponding hand signal for the timeout. So in requesting the timeout, the team should request it when the ball is out of play and before the referee whistles for the service. For U Sports in sets 1 to 4 or 1-4, one additional 60-second technical timeout is applied automatically when the leading team reaches the 16th point. Next, we have substitution. What do you mean by substitution? What is substitution? So substitution is the act by which player other than the libero or his or her replacement player, after being recorded by the scorer, enters the game to occupy the position of another player who must leave the court at the moment. So a team is allowed to have up to 6 substitutions per set, and it is possible to replace more than one player at the same time. So a player who starts a set may be substituted off court and later may return, but this can happen only once during the same set. For example, the player can go off and come back, and that is for the set. Note also that the player must replace the one who originally substituted. When request for substitution is made, the player concerned must be ready to enter the court standing in the substitution zone. So where is the substitution zone? Substitution zone is limited by the extension of both attack lines up to the scorer's table. So if not the case, a team may be penalized for delaying the game. Next is exceptional substitution. So a player who is injured and cannot continue should be legally substituted. If this is not possible, the team is allowed to make an illegal substitution in the case called exceptional substitution. A player who is sent off, either expelled for the set or disqualified for the whole match, must also be legally substituted. If this is not possible, the team is declared incomplete. An exceptional substitution cannot be counted in any case of regular substitution, but should be recorded on the score sheet as part of the total of substitution in the set and match. Illegal substitution. When can we say that the substitution is illegal? So a substitution is illegal if it exceeds the limitation of substitution or an unregistered player is involved. Unregistered player means a player who is not listed in the roster or lineup sheet. So if a team is found to have made an illegal substitution, the fault is penalized with the loss of rally. So the illegal substitution must be corrected, and the team at fault will lose any point it has scored while the illegal player was on the court. Improper request of regular game interruption. When can we say that the request is improper? So it is improper to request any regular game during a rally or at the moment of or after the whistle to serve. So you should request a regular game interruption when the ball is out of play and before the whistle to serve. Next, we can also say that the request is improper by a non-authorized team member. Only the coach or the game captain can request for regular game interruptions. It is improper to request any regular game interruptions for second substitution by the same team during the same interruption, except in the case of injury or illness of a player in play. It is not authorized to request consecutive substitution. It is also improper to request any regular game interruptions by coach that is not at the end of the bench nearest the scorer when sitting, or from the extension of the attack line in the free zone when standing or walking. So the team is sanctioned in the first instance by the award of a delay warning. Any further improper request during the same set will result in the team being sanctioned with the award of delay penalty or the red card. Exceptional game interruption. Injury or illness. If a serious accident occurs while the ball is in play, the referee must stop the game immediately and permit medical assistance to enter the court. The rally is then replayed. If an injured or ill player cannot be substituted legally or exceptionally, the player is given a 3-minute recovery time, but not more than once for the same player in the match. If the player does not recover, his or her team is declared incomplete. Next is we have the intervals. An interval is a time between sets. All intervals last 3 minutes. During this period of time, the change of court and lineup registration of the team on the score sheets are made. The interval between the second and the third can be extended up to 10 minutes by the competent body at the request of the organizers. Change of court. So after each set, the team changes courts with the exception of the deciding set. In the deciding set, once the leading team reaches 8 points, the team changes courts without delay, and the player positions remains the same. If the change is not made once the leading team reaches 8 points, it will take place as soon as the error is noticed. The score at the time that the change is made remains the same. In fast-moving technical sports like volleyball, stoppages are important for the team to participate fairly and in a timely manner. Okay, that is all about the stoppages in volleyball. Again, what are the 4 classifications of stoppages? We have the regular game interruptions, game delays, exceptional game interruptions, and intervals. I hope you learned from today's lesson. Thank you and keep safe.